Hello, everyone. Hae Mana here, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to clone a GitHub repo, okay? Now, if you're in the training and you've gone through every single step, as you can see here at the bottom, I have the app repos, and the app repos are all the applications that I've been able to create using AI and also that I have committed into GitHub. Okay, so I'm just sharing them with you. That way you can clone them on your local. You can extend it if you like. You can add new features. You can just play with it. You can have it up to you. But this is the code. Okay, so what you're going to do, let's say in this case, we want to clone the time zone converter code. So you can actually watch the video to get an overview of how the app works. But at this point in time, all you have to do is click this link and it'll take you to GitHub, to the actual repo, okay? So here, you're gonna have the README file. Normally the README file will show here at the beginning of that specific repo. We'll give you the instructions, we'll give you the features, and it will give you setup instructions, okay? I'm not going to follow the setup instructions. I'm just gonna do it this way. That way you can actually do it yourself. Some repos that you can clone online, sometimes don't have the README, or it's outdated, or could be anything. So I'm just gonna walk you through it this way, and I'm gonna click here on the code arrow. There's an HTTPS tab, and here I'm just going to do click URL to clipboard. Okay, so right now it is copied, and we're gonna go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. It can be done two ways. You can use Git batch, or use the Visual Studio terminal. So in this case, I'm just going to do Control-Shift and the tilde, which is something I explained before. I'm going to navigate to the folder where I want to duplicate that repo. So in this case, I'm going to go to repos.clone, because in repos I already have it. So I created this clone repo for illustration purposes, for demo purposes. So as you can see, it's empty. I'm just going to go ahead and go into repos and then clone, which is where I'm going to clone this code. As you can see, I'm going to do ls. Ls is pretty much to list everything that is under that directory. If I go back, I do ls, it's giving me all the repos that I have on that directory. So I'm going to go ahead and go clone, which is where I want to duplicate it or clone it. And here, I have this folder open, that way you can see when it's created. So all you have to do is git clone, and then right click on your mouse is going to paste that URL, click enter. And as you can see, it created this folder here, and it downloaded everything. If I do ls, it also opens it here. Okay, you can open it here in Visual Studio. So if you go to open folder, I go to where you download it. In this case, it's clone. It's going to open up another instance of Visual Studio. No big deal. And then you can go either to terminal, new terminal, or Control-Shift the tilde. And I am on that folder. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to be able to run the application, make sure everything works as expected. All right. So what I have to do is create a virtual environment. And with that, I'm going to use this command, which is the Python. Have you seen that before? Python M. That's a virtual environment. And then virtual environment, I call it the same. That's the name of the virtual environment that you're creating. I'm going to click enter. And as you can see, this VMV folder got created. Now, the next step that I want to do is to install all the requirements or dependencies for this application to run. So in this case, requirements.txt has those dependencies, those libraries. In this case, it's Streamlit, PyTZ, PyTest, and then Python .util. So I'm going to go ahead and do pip install r, and that would be the requirements file. Okay, requirements, oops. If I know how to type, requirements.txt, click enter, and that's going to go ahead and pull up all those dependencies, okay? So at this point in time, I'm ready to run the application. So all you have to do is, actually, not run the application. I want to activate the virtual environment. So in this case, I'll do, so the name of my environment, VMV. Then I'm going to do a script and then activate, which is going to activate the environment. And you will see that it's activated when you have this green VMV here. And then I want to run the application. Make sure that there's no error, making sure that it works as expected, and I'm able to run it locally. So it is extremely run. And then you would have to see the directory structure where the app.py or main.py is. In this case, I don't have like a source. Like my directory structure is not like source and test, and then within the source you will have more files. In this case, it's a pretty simple app, straight up. It's not set up that way. So it is app.py. In this case, I don't have to go into any directory. So all I have to do is do app.py and then click enter. And the application now, you can see is up and running. It has today's date, 24 hours. That's either military time or 24-hour format. It has the date. And if you want to make sure to test every single feature, you can click on show times. Again, there's not many features on this app. So all you have to do in this case is show the times, and the show the times will give you 5 time zones. In this case is EST, New York, which is going to show the same time. So it's the same time as today's 13:46 or 1:46. You have Los Angeles PST time, 3 hours behind. You have London, which is 5 hours ahead. Paris, or Paris, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Paris is 6 hours ahead. And then Tokyo is 14 hours ahead. Okay. And that is it for this video. It's pretty straightforward. Just wanted to kind of have that on the actual outline of the course. That way you can start cloning the apps and start, utilizing them as you should. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. See you in the next video. Take care.